morning, boys and girls, and welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new to the channel, I am Senate Steve. We've got Momo here. She's actually going to help me do a little bit of recording here real quick for the first part of the video. But today we've got a little bit of some issues with the Yukon, and I haven't been driving this thing because obviously I found out when I did the brakes, which if you didn't see, I did axle seals and all kinds of stuff in a flood video, but we got brand new pads and rotors on here, calipers all the way around. We're really starting to take care of this thing, and I want to make this thing tip-top shape because you guys do know the family goes in it. We do use it, and we have been traveling in it. So I'm going to hand Momo the camera here. You're going to see some of the issues that we're having with this thing. And again, this is something that I didn't know. I would have never taken the trip had I known that this was actually going to be the issue. But being in the back roads, excuse me, being in the back roads of Tennessee, this thing had a little bit of a shake between 35 and 48 miles an hour. And I mean, the speed out there was just that. So the entire trip, we did that, and it had this shake, and you know, it just got worse and worse and worse as the trip continued. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you what the issue is here. We're gonna rectify it now that we're back. I knew they weren't gonna break. I knew they weren't at the point where they were gonna break. I actually did check it while we were in Tennessee. I did notice the issue, but by the time we actually made it back to PA, they became super, super bad. And then I drove this thing for 2 days, and I actually towed a trailer with it, and towing the trailer really did it because it squatted the truck back, and with the weight off the front end, it really made these tires flop all over the place. So I'm gonna show you guys the issue here now. I'm gonna hand the GoPro off to Momo. So if the footage gets a little shaky or you lose audio, I apologize. Mo's doing the best she can. Right? Mm-hmm. All right, walk up here. Like it's right there. You'll be able to do it real good. So walk up a little bit. Aim it down just a tad. Up a little. Right there. All right, so we got Mo behind the camera. You guys are going to see how bad this thing is. Oof. That is absolutely terrible. Now, if I jack that side up, it's going to do the same thing. Basically, there is an idler arm and a pitman arm that are actually both bad on this thing. When we started the trip, it was just the idler arm, but obviously by driving and doing everything that we did with it, it ended up taking out the pitman arm as well. So I'm gonna actually have Momo walk up here, and I'll show you underneath here, and you can actually see the joints, and they're, you know, they're not falling out yet, but they are super, super bad, as you can tell. So Mo, go ahead and walk up here. Push the button at the top.
This one?
The one off. All right, so Mo, I want you to come under here.
Oi.
Like over here. And you're gonna look at that joint right here. Can you get your hand? Yep, like right there, perfect. Stay just like that. So this is the pitman arm here. You can see the wobble back and forth. And then on the other side over there, Mo, if you wanna move the GoPro over to that side. See it over there? Over there.
Oi.
Hold on.
Wait, can I sit in my chair? No.
You're gonna shine it like over here. Oh, your arm has to move that way. Right here. So you're gonna shine it right here. Right there. All right, now this is gonna be the idler arm here. And this is originally what started going bad and then took out the hip pitman arm. So we're gonna go ahead and get these rectified. Let's just get it torn apart here and then see if they have the parts in stock. No, you wanted to say bye.
Bye.
Should have probably waited till I caught my breath, but finally, holy smokes. So I ended up taking, as you can tell, the front fascia off here, the lower valence, and putting a ratchet strap on it, pulling it over so that I could get a good hammer swing on it. And I'm probably an hour and a half into just beating on this thing at this point. I finally got it off. I got to the point where I was actually getting ready to just pull the whole gearbox and everything out. The gearbox is unbolted, but I figured I'd give it a little bit more, a couple more whacks, and finally we are good. We've got the pitman arm free. So I pulled the idler arm off over here too. I'm just gonna pull this whole thing out, break these apart on the ground over here, and then get the new ones on, put it all back in, and bolt everything up. But man, these pitman arms on these trucks are a task, to say the least. All right, let me get my phone. Even with no pressure on them, these things are wiggling real bad. You can definitely tell that they are bad. This one's extremely bad and feels terrible. So I'm gonna go ahead and just whack these off. It was easier, as you can tell, to just bring them off that arm and bring them all out completely. It was just easier to break them free that way. And we'll get the new ones tossed in. I'm gonna have to have work Crocs or frocks from now on, and then have regular Crocs for daily drivable. But two-wheel drive is all I needed in these. So, all right, plug and chug. Get the new arms and get them in. All right, so you can plain as day see how much beefier the new one is compared to the old one, especially when you look at it like this direction. They are night and day different. So this should be good. Definitely solid upgrades. I'm definitely glad that we're doing it, but let's get this thing back together. And I'm excited to drive this thing and it not shake and carry on all over the road. I need fuel because the outer tie rod actually broke on the Yukon here. So we're trying to beat the clock. 9 o'clock, parts store is 42 minutes away. We'll be fine, but it's always something. All right, let's get the Yukon finished. Alrighty, we are back together in the Yukon here. As you can tell, we went ahead and put the new tie rod on. It broke off. There's nothing I could do about it. Probably not use a Ugga Dugga machine next time, but it is what it is. So now you'll be able to see the difference, which is night and day with the new tie rods, the new idler arm and pitman arm. We are officially tight and good to go. So that's gonna go ahead and wrap up the video. I hope that you guys do learn something. I hope you enjoy it. If you have to do a pitman arm yourself, it definitely sucks. You're definitely gonna spend probably an hour or two hitting it with a hammer. You'll definitely need a pitman arm puller. Do not try to do it without a pitman arm puller. I did end up breaking a cheap one. This one is actually a snap-on one. This one actually withstood some of the abuse and some of the hammer, but that's gonna go ahead and wrap up today's video. Please comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the Jeep video coming out maybe in 2 days. I don't know. Might be tomorrow, but it'll probably be in 2 days. So take care. We'll see you in the next one. Say pitman arm in the comment section down below. Deuces.